Oh, wow. What a great shotgun, folks. Great shotgun. Welcome back to another off-season fun with the Skinny and Hammer. I'm your host, the Hammer. That's Skinny. Still got a little wonky, but we're getting there.
Yeah, another episode of off-season fun. You forgot the episode this time. We're making progress. We're
Getting better.
We still got like 2 months of off-season fun technically.
Well, no,
I would say August.
I would not say. I would say fantasy football season starts
middle of July, end of July, roughly.
Yeah, we got a little bit. Well, we're gonna after the UFL, we're gonna have. I don't even know if we'll be able to do weekly podcasts. So it might have to be bi-weekly.
We'll have a beer commercial that we're get to talk about. And
yeah,
our flag football.
Yeah,
flag football practices if we have any more during that time.
Because it'll be dry. Because all we'll have is like July 1st is like when fantasy football season kind of. It's like preseason of fantasy football, and then it really gets in.
Maybe what we
July.
should do is during the dry season, we'll have people message us or request things to talk about, and we just come in and BS stuff. Whatever.
We could put I'm pretty sure you can put things on YouTube and stuff like that. Like, can't you put things that people can vote on YouTube and stuff like that, and we can talk about just random episodes. I'm sure there's something we could figure out. Whatever we hit the most people on.
Yeah. But today's episode is going to be a little bit different. We are going to talk about some of the NFL news because we don't want to wait because it's actually important stuff and big stuff.
News. Big news.
Some other news we'll wait until next week to talk about on our bigger episode. Then, of course, bad betting and then UFL going into the UFL playoffs. So, Marcus, why don't you go ahead and get us started?
We're gonna start this one out. We did it, folks. We did it. Jay Jettis, 4 years, $140 million contract, 110 guaranteed. You know what? I don't care what anyone says. I'm happy about it. It just shows that Jay Jettis is confident in JJ McCarthy.
Yeah.
That's got to be, as a Viking, that's got to be the biggest just motivator of everything. He's obviously he has said, Justin Jefferson has said from day one that he will not sign a contract that he is not comfortable with. If he doesn't think that if he doesn't think we're going to have a good quarterback, he's just not going to sign a contract. It is a pretty short-term deal for a guy that's only 24 years old. A 4-year contract, you'd think they'd get him more, but it's probably good for JJ because it sets him up to get another huge contract. Like, this dude could honestly he might make $300 million in his career. Like, he could get another 4-year contract
in a 6 to 8 year period type. Which is crazy to think about.
It is crazy. He deserves it. He's the best player in the league.
Yeah,
he's dominant. He could have a Hall of Fame career. He's the best non-quarterback, I'll say.
Yeah, the thing that worries me is just JJ. Just your quarterback situation, because we don't know what you're going to get
JJ McCarthy.
I guess. Yeah. Sorry, I got to specify with both JJs now. McCarthy. Just you don't know what you're going to get because, he could still be an 1,000-yard receiver like Devontae Adams was with Jimmy Garoppolo and Nate O'Connell. You could still do it, but we don't know if he can even perform. I guess there is a thing with Sam Darnold that if you need to play him, you can. I have a little bit more faith in Sam Darnold because, one, most backup quarterbacks when they come in and have to take over, they're playing with a chip on their shoulder, got to earn a contract, and almost it doesn't matter if we win or lose with me because I have no expectations. There's no expectations for me to come in and win 7 games or me to throw for 300 yards. So you can be a little bit more loosey with it. So
the Case Keenum type player where it's just like, okay.
I mean, fuck Baker in his, before he landed with the Bucks, he was playing with a do not, leave it all on the field. And
Sam Darnold is a talented quarterback.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold has all the intangibles. He was the second overall pick or third overall pick for a reason. Like, he is legitimately good. and he's only 27 years old, so he's very, very young.
Yeah.
He still could be a
Yeah.
starting NFL quarterback. We don't know.
Yeah, so it'll be so if McCarthy doesn't pan out, or even if he does, he even start, we don't know yet. I imagine we probably assume that he's going to start, but maybe Darnold's the starter. But yeah, the quarterback situation just a little bit worries me, just due to maybe this year, maybe in the long run, he gets better, but just yeah, JJ's going to get paid all that money, and what's going to happen is if he doesn't put up numbers that he has been, there's going to be, did he deserve that amount of money? So
Yeah.
there's going to be things that happen like that, which I agree. I mean, he deserves to get paid. The one thing that I did chuckle about though, is between him and the AJ Brown and Devontae Smith. AJ Brown and Devontae Smith's total guaranteed money equals $135 million, while JJ's is $110 million.
Yeah.
Like, Howie getting AJ and Devontae on another contract before all these other teams blew up. Smart. I love it. I'm so happy for it.
What's crazy is Justin Jefferson signing the 4-year contract, basically $35 million a year. That's a lot of money. I still cannot believe that they gave Amon-Ra St. Brown the money they did. And I think it was longer. It was more than 4 years, wasn't it? Wasn't it? It was like a 5 or 6 year contract.
Maybe 5. Maybe 5. I'm not for sure.
It was
the only contract I'm interested to see now is CD's.
CD's going to get a lot. CD
statistically, CD has been up there. Statistically, he has been about JJ.
Comparable.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have been. He never got hurt.
Yeah.
JJ.
Yeah, that's true.
JJ did miss 7 games last year. With 7 games, he'd have more touchdowns and way more yards.
Oh yeah, but as of right now, with injury, they've been very close in statistics. So I imagine CD's looking for. He's gonna probably look for less than JJ, but more than Amon-Ra is my guess. And I bet he gets anywhere from 33 to 35, 34 is my guess. That's what I'm assuming.
We talked about it once we were playing Madden. Do you think CeeDee Lamb is the number 1 overall? In talks for number 1 overall pick this year in fantasy over JJ. Like, is he your number 1 wide receiver first? And I'll ask you the number 1 overall.
So it comes down to the quarterback situation for me with receivers. Probably with anybody. I know JJ's great. It's just like Devontae Adams last year. With Jimmy Garoppolo, I wanted to avoid him at all costs in the first round. Second round, I was, you're going to take him at least in the second, no matter what. But I wasn't comfortable having him. Same with JJ. I think realistically, if you were a smart fantasy player,
outside of the first.
No, not outside of the first, but I'm not. I wouldn't take JJ first overall.
Number 1 overall.
Like I would take JJ more of like a 4, 5, 6 area, because I think CMC, Bijan, and CD have a more secure fantasy. Dak's throwing the ball. Yeah, Dak's throwing the ball to CD. We know how they are. Bijan is got a new coach, new quarterback. Is set to have a CMC like role. They're going to utilize him more, and it wasn't even like he was still top 10 last year, wasn't he, or number 10? Like
he was 10, but it was
barely used. And then of course CMC. So I feel like CD's got to be. I think CD has to be the first wide receiver off the board this year, and then you could also make a case with Tyreek still. Does Tyreek Hill being the player that he has been?
He's old.
Yeah, he is, but it's not like he really has taken a step back yet, like he hasn't shown. So depending on what you value in terms of fantasy, JJ could fall to number 5 in leagues that guys are like, I don't trust his quarterbacks. Like that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I'd be comfortable taking him at anywhere from 3 to 5 realistically. Mm-hmm. I don't think he should be 1 or 2 this year.
Okay. Then my question is CeeDee Lamb, could you see him being 1.1 this year in fantasy? Do you think there's a pull for that? I think it probably is going to be CMC because it's safe. He got We'll
Yeah.
talk about that. He also got paid, but
I think CD realistically could be number one overall if you're a what is it, no running back, or you're heavy on wide receivers compared to running backs.
zero RB draft
Yeah,
strategies.
like if
Right
you're
there.
gonna wait until zero RB into the fifth, or you just value the wide receiver position more than a running back position, especially in like a PPR. Even though again, CMC and Bijan are great at receivers out of the backfield, CD realistically has a chance to go number one. And if people did it, I wouldn't be surprised by it. But I value Bijan and CMC over CD at the running, at least those two, and then after that, I completely see CD could be going number one overall in some leagues where wide receiver is valued more than running back.
I would consider. I mean, obviously, I've made my trades. I've probably traded for CD Lamb like 3 years.
Yeah,
I've I've drafted him a couple times too. I love CD Lamb. Like CD Lamb to me is like he is a do-it-all wide receiver. He's fast, he's quick, he can play inside, he can play outside. He's so athletic. Like he's like people talk about how athletic like Jamar Chase and stuff is like that. CD Lamb's on that caliber. He's really freaking good, and I love watching him.
he's quick.
He's so dynamic. He's so quick, and he gets so many catches and so many touchdowns. And so I'm excited for CD Lamb this year. I think that team losing Michael Gallup and not being able to do so. I mean, Zeke's their starting running back. Like that team's going to throw the ball again. That Cowboys offense is going to have to throw the hell out of the ball, and I think CD Lamb's going to be the focal point of that offense. I'm really excited to see what happens with that.
And Dak's playing on a potential contract year in terms of he's either showing for Jerry Jones why he's worth close to $60 million, or he's showing any other team why he's worth paying that type of money in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Kirk got paid good money and didn't finish the season. I mean,
yeah.
And right now, Dak is younger than Kirk, and I would probably give Dak is not as good as Kirk, but I think that he's close enough to around the caliber of quarterback. Probably will get a lot of money.
Yeah.
CMC signs a 2-year, $38 million deal. Good. I mean, CMC's got to be pushing closer to 30, maybe 28, 29 now. He's been in the league for a little while. So, a good deal for the 49ers. I mean, he's their workhorse. He was their offense last year. Brock Purdy really did a lot with him in the backfield. And how old is he now? He's got to be close, man. He's got to be close to 30. 29, maybe. He's drafted in 17.
He's 28.
18.
He'll be
28.
Oh. He was born in 96, and today's his birthday, actually. So, happy birthday, Christian McCaffrey.
Happy birthday, CMC. So it'll take until
he's 28. Holy shit, we're the same age. I'm the same age as Christian McCaffrey, and look what I'm doing with my life.
I know. He's got way bigger arms and a way bigger bank account than you, so you need to really.
You know what he doesn't have?
He
doesn't have as many kids as I do that love me, and
that's true.
Yeah.
He can't grow as good of a beard as you, Skinny.
My beard's gross right now. I have not.
Hey, it doesn't matter. I'm calling you out, CMC. You don't have three kids. I was counting to see if there's any more. I forgot, but no, or 4 kids. 4 kids. I'm one of the kids.
Yeah, you're my adoptive child.
Yeah, I'm adopted. So you don't have 4 kids, you don't have a beard, and you don't live in Perry, Iowa. So CMC, reevaluate what you're doing with your life.
Oh, yeah.
You think that you're so good because you have probably a supermodel wife or girlfriend, and you are the star running back of the 49ers? Go fuck yourself, CMC.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, he definitely deserves it. And when your quarterback's making like $1 million a year, it's like you have the money to go blow in other positions.
No, he does. Jalen Waddle signs a 3-year, $84 million extension with the Dolphins. Good. Jalen Waddle is basically Tyreek Hill 2.0. He's had a good year, couple years. Rookie year, went over 1,000 last year. May have gotten hurt, but I think he went over 1,000. I don't know if you can check that real quick.
I think
Jamie, check it, Jamie.
I think he's been.
I think he got close. He did get hurt last year, I think, a little bit, but
yeah, he's gone over. He's gone over 1,000 over the last 2 years.
Yep. And then my last one I have is Mecole Hardman resigns a 1-year deal with the Chiefs. No biggie, nothing crazy with
Smart,
that.
knows the offense, veteran guy.
Yeah.
Since you told me this, that we were doing the news right before, I'm gonna save most of them for next week. I just have two big ones. Steelers signed Cam Sutton, who was formally released by the Lions earlier due to some off the field issues. Clearly,
so reunite with the Steelers.
And if he's getting signed, he must most likely the off field issues aren't that major as they were potentially. And then Corey Linsley gets released from the Chargers, their center. So thought that was interesting.
Ooh.
I know there was probably some contract talk in there.
Yeah, it's got to be money.
But I know he's like been injured too. So there's got to be you haven't been playing, you've been injured. But I thought that was kind of a standout thing when Harbaugh's there. He's big on offensive linemen, big on running the game. So thought that was big there. But we'll see what the Chargers do there. They got to protect Justin Herbert, and they can't keep dealing with injuries. With that, last week's bad betting did not go well. I just threw up Nas Reed for stuff. Of course, when I need him the most, he doesn't show up. So this week we're gonna do the NBA Finals Game 2, which is Sunday. We're gonna have Tatum going for 25 plus points. He only had like 16 or 17 Game 1, but I think they're going to play. The Mavs are going to have to play their defense a little bit different on Tatum because they were focused on Tatum for him to not score, but he was playmaking, assisting, getting the ball where it needed to be, moving the ball around. So guys like KP and Jaylen Brown could go off, and I think they're going to avoid that a little bit more, put it more on Tatum. I have Tatum 8+ rebounds. The dude's like averaging a double-double in the playoffs this year with points and rebounds. I'll take him 8+ rebounds. Kristaps Porzingis, I think, is going to go for 3+ threes. Looked good. Wasn't he? Game 1, coming off not playing for 10 games off a calf injury. Looked good. Shot the ball well. His threes weren't hitting as much, but I think they're going to be there as he keeps playing and shooting. And then I'm going to go Luka 30+ points because Luka is their offense and has to score 30+ points to even be close to the games, even though they lost by 15+. We're going to go $10 for that. If you parlay it all together, $10 wins $86. So let's hope. Go Celtics. I'm excited. We got the 1-0 lead. 1-0 lead. I have Celtics in 6. The way the game went last night and how it was played, I think it might be Celtics more in 4 or 5. I think the Mavs might be able to steal one or two. But all right, we are going into Week 10 of the UFL.
Saturday, January 1st, the Michigan Panthers took on the Stallions. The score was Stallions 20, Panthers 19. Pretty close game. Panthers and Stallions going to be the matchup next week for the UFL Conference Championship, wouldn't it be?
For the USFL
or the
side, yeah.
USFL.
Yeah,
side, yeah.
USFL Conference, yeah, UFL Championship, yeah. It's, yeah.
Whatever you want to say, but yeah. Pretty close game. I think it'll be a very competitive game. The Panthers have been kind of the silent killers in the UFL, so that'll be interesting to see.
Their quarterback did get hurt, I think, so they're playing E.T. or E.J. Perry, one of the other guys that's played throughout the year. That's the only downside, I think, that happens with the Panthers. I honestly thought the Panthers were going to pull up the upset at one point. They were up, they weren't looking good. The Panthers had their wide receiver, Seosi Mariner, have 7 catches, 110 yards, and a touchdown. That's big for them. I was very shocked that it was a 1-point game. And then Damon Lloyd for the Stallions had 8 tackles because really the Stallions, even Adrian Martinez, nobody in that game looked good like they had been. Like last week just was like I don't know if it was like no matter if we win or lose, we're good. Like I don't know. It just nobody stood out or did anything spectacular. But I'm excited for the matchup this week. And I think it's the Stallions. This one was in Michigan, but this one's going to be in Birmingham, so the Stallions have home field advantage there, which is going to change things for sure.
It's weird because the Battlehawks, like it's literally like this week is what is happening in the playoffs because the Battlehawks play the Brahmas too.
Well,
So it's
yeah,
like,
it just happened. That's how the schedule happened to be. Just
yeah, it's weird that happened though. That
yeah.
typically doesn't happen. So it'll be
Well, in
interesting. You gotta,
both games are flipped to be at the away last week's away team is now the home
yeah,
team this week. So
yes. So it'll be interesting to see. Then obviously on the Brahmas played the Battlehawks. Battlehawks won 13-12. I watched some highlights of it. Looked like AJ McCarron was not at his best. It doesn't look like he's fully healed. It's sad because the Battlehawks were really buzzing this year, and
yeah,
I'm a little bit worried, but
I watched it. Even though he's not there physically, he was there mentally. So in the UFL, there's a super challenge that coaches can have. You have your normal challenges, but there's a super challenge you can challenge anything. You can challenge like a false start. You can challenge a legal man downfield. You can challenge like every pass interference. Whatever's called on the field, you can challenge. You just have to explain it to the ref exactly what you're challenging. And that game, the Brahma scored to get it to 13-12. At the end, like there's like less than a minute left in the game. Like, very close game. Not a lot of time left. Brahma score a touchdown. They go for 2 for the win. They get it. But Mr. A.J. McCarron's like, they have linemen downfield on passing plays. Becht decides to super challenge it. Sure as shit, left guard is 5 yards in the end zone on a pass play. Gets called off. Battlehawks win because of that. Huge play that happened.
yeah,
And then really stood out to me is Willie Harvey, the former Iowa State player at linebacker. He played out of his mind last week. Probably one of the better games all season for him. Has really turned around for us. He had 10 tackles, 1 sack, and 2 tackles for loss. But he was coming up big in like key moments, key third downs, things like that against the Brahmas. Very, very good game. But, yeah, I'm really hoping that being home next week, A.J. McCarron hopefully is a bit more comfortable. I did read somewhere that one of the players on like the Brahmas or something is like, if it's a legal hit, I'm going to look to take you out in a sense, like targeting his like bad leg. Yeah, it's like clearly there's players that are like, yeah, if it's a legal hit, I'm going to try to knock your head off, especially when it's a quarterback. But like basically like admitting like you're going to try to like hurt him and take out his ankle is kind of fucked. So we'll see what happens there. Hopefully the Battlehawks come out a little bit harder than that, beating that 13-12. But I expect another good game. Two good championship games, conference championship games.
On Sunday, June 2nd, the Renegades played the Defenders. The Renegades won 32-31. So there's a lot of close games this week.
Yeah, 3 games by 1 point.
That is crazy. I did not watch this game either. I know that the Renegades have the league leader in passing yards with Luis Perez, who's just been throwing the hell out of the ball. They really struggled though this year. They went 3-7, and we're probably one of the worst teams, one of the bottom 3 teams. But
yeah,
crazy game.
Renegades finished out the season strong. They were 1-7. Finished the last games 2-0. So
yeah,
2-1 over the last 3. Yeah, very very big. That tight end Canilla was like number 2 in receiving yards or all year. He was like number 1 in touchdowns, number 2 in touchdowns. I don't remember. He's a very good tight end.
I think he's number 1 in touchdowns. Very
good tight end. But they also had a big day from Tyler Vaughns. He had 5 catches for 84 yards and a touchdown. And then again, the defenders are just nothing was going for them. Like I was watching the game, they'd have some big plays, but then like everything would just stop and get stuck in the mud again, and their defense couldn't get the stops, and like they were up big too at one point, a decent chunk, and Renegades come bouncing back, wouldn't go away.
Yep. And then the last game was the Houston Roughnecks versus the Showboats. The Showboats won 19-12.
I didn't watch any of that game, but looking at the stats, it didn't look like it was even worth watching.
The showboats have not been fun to watch this year. So we can talk about the championship games. I did jot down the league leaders. I don't know if you want me to go over that.
Yeah, just go over it quick.
Passing yards. Who leads the XFL XFL is Luis Perez with 2,000, or UFL 2,370 307 yards. Passing touchdown leader Luis Perez 18 touchdowns, so he's been slinging the ball all year. Rushing leader was actually Adrian Martinez,
and then it was
number
two was our running back Taylor's. Taylor?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then rushing touchdowns, Ricky Pearson Jr. was 6. Receiving yards, Hakeem Butler.
Woo woo! Woo woo!
Dog.
Offensive player of the year. Woo woo!
Receiving touchdowns, Sal Canella.
Yeah, the tight end.
That's the tight end you're talking about.
Sal Canella, yeah.
Leader in kicking points, Andre Smith, St. Louis Battlehawks with 57 points. Kick returner Chris Rowland, 1,216 yards for the DC Defenders. Punt returner Amari Rogers, 283 yards.
What's crazy is he was hurt too.
Yeah, I know.
He missed like a game or two.
Defensive interceptions, AJ Thomas with 3. Defensive tackles, Willie Harvey, St. Louis Battlehawks, 76. Sacks, Breland Spears, Michigan, 9.5, which is quite a bit for.
That's almost a full sack a game. Literally,
yeah.
Literally, almost like that's actually really impressive.
Total points was Luis Perez, and all-purpose. Let's see, that's about all the ones that matter.
Yeah.
So championship, our conference championship week for the USFL, the Michigan Panthers play the Stallions in Birmingham. This will be a good game. Here's the thing, this championship game are all 4 very solid teams and all 4 teams that I could see winning it all this year, to be honest.
Yeah, so that's tomorrow that's Saturday the 8th at 2 p.m.
Sorry. Yep.
The Stallions are favored by 5 points.
Yep. They're -5, the Stallions are. And then Sunday, January 9th, the San Antonio Brahmas are taking on the St. Louis Battlehawks in St. Louis. Obviously, I'm going to go Stallions and Battlehawks. I think those are the 2 best teams in the league, but I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how that goes. We'll probably end up watching part of that game together, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Battlehawks and the Stallions also. I really want to take the Panthers, but I don't think they pull off the upset with Perry. But speaking of our pick'ems for that, so both have the Stallions, both have the Battlehawks. Last week I went 3-1. The Renegades pulling off that win really saved me. Went 3-1. So during the regular season, I went 26-14. So not bad at all, especially for the first year of the UFL. So because you missed a week, I can arguably say, even if I give you a 3-1 record for the week you missed, I can arguably say I'm the best UFL picker, expert winning picker.
What did I go?
You went 2-2 last week.
Would I go over the whole
You
season?
went 22-14. So you'd have to go 4-0 that week that
I was gonna go 4-0.
Oh, really? I went 3-1 that week, so I feel like you can only get 3-1.
Well, I would have gone 4-0.
And then Austin went 1-3.
Austin, you suck.
Yeah, Austin, garbage. No, dude, Sunday we get to start flag, our practice, first official practice of the year.
That'll be fun.
I am super sore. I have not lifted a weight in over a year, maybe even longer. And I went Wednesday night, and dude, I've been putting on. I have like this like CBD like it's like a
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
So
like rub.
rub.
Yeah, I have.
That stuff works though.
Yeah, I have it. It's definitely helped. I've been like rubbing and massaging it a lot. But like, I've been feeling muscles that I forgot I had because I awoke them. You know, it's like
seems like I'm awake.
They're there now. I'm excited.
I went yesterday. I went and played Ultimate Frisbee with Phil Ramsey. Holy heck, dude! I could not cut. I could not move. I was sitting there. I was like, I am fat. I am fat and unathletic. So it'll be good to get back into shape for flag. This year I feel like we have the pieces. Last year we won the championship. We have our shirts and everything.
Well, we won the league, just not the.
We won the league, not the championship. We should be able to win the championship because I think we have the best team in that league. It just comes down to keeping bodies out there. We all get. I mean, once we have to play multiple games, we don't have the numbers that really do it. But talent-wise, I think we're one of the top teams.
Well, execution, and
yeah,
like just thinking process of what's about. Like we've played with these guys enough, we know what most of them are going to do, what they want to do. Like I feel like we change it up pretty much every year in terms of like what we kind of do. Like last year, we finally implemented using the motion and double passing. You know, like we hadn't really used that. So unless somebody else brings something new, I'm very confident in us.
I think we're gonna do. I was talking to Phil. We won't talk too much about it on the pod, but I think we're gonna implement some things that'll be fun this year that we can start talking about later on and
good
in the podcast. But I'm excited for that.
It'll
be fun.
Little Austin's going to be at practice since he's out here with us for 2 weeks. He's going to come to practice on Sunday. Motherfucker just bought like $160 Jordan cleats.
Why, Austin? Save your money.
I know he's going to break them in, and he's like, what? You going to have me playing linebacker? I'm like, no, because actually our linebackers are better.
No. Let him just go one-on-one against me so I can get warmed up. I can get the confidence boost.
Yeah, we'll throw him out at quarterback against you just one
me
time.
Versus like 5 foot nothing Austin.
Yeah, but I told him he's going to pass rush for the most part, and he's like, oh, no, I'm going to pass rush and you're going to kill me. I'm like, no, I won't kill you. He's like, all right, I'll just line up on the other side. And I'm like, well, Travis might kill you. I don't know.
Yeah, Travis is pretty good. But like, it'll be fun.
I'm looking forward to it. So
I'm excited, and we have some fun things coming up. I mean, we only really have next week's an official podcast, and then after that it's a UFL, and then we're done. We're done with UFL. So we have we have 2 more weeks of UFL, and then we'll have end of June till probably mid-July, where it's going to kind of be a little bit of a lull. But mid-July, I know we're going to get in there. We'll also have like our beer commercial, and we'll have our
we're making a beer commercial. I know we've talked about it before, but we're officially going to film it on Sunday. I don't know when we'll release it yet because it comes down to like editing and like all that good stuff. Maybe we'll drop some like shorts or clips of it, and then we'll get it fully posted. But we're gonna do a beer commercial just for fun. We're doing
our draft the 22nd of June. That'll be live stream. That'll be fun.
We'll live stream that. That's our dynasty. That's the 2 drunk guys dynasty that we got started. Austin,
this Saturday we're also doing our fantasy football, our Madden fantasy football draft, which will be fun. That way we can stream some stuff, give you guys more content. You could see Skinny get his ass kicked in Madden all the time.
Much. I don't play anymore. I took 2 years off. I'm behind.
You're getting better though. I'm
behind. All right. And I got fucked when I just played you too. That was all bullshit.
Dude, that was a weird game. Well, I fumbled 3 times.
Screenplay perfect. Gonna be a touchdown, and for some reason my guy.
And then you need to stop pressing X.
I hit Y. I literally hit Y to catch the ball, and as soon as he caught it, he just fell down. It was bullshit. I got fucked, rigged. This is why I don't play Madden anymore. I literally play like Diablo. Like that is like the only game that I truly like enjoy playing anymore. And GTA, I guess. But
that we might. We were talking about getting NCAA, doing some dynasties. If that'll work.
Yeah, if that will work. But I can always show mine if I do it and get it and just be by myself. Maybe what I'll do is I'll have to like I'll do the the good old.
I feel like you'll be able to cross play with that because it's Xbox. I feel like that might actually.
Yeah, because I'll buy it through the Xbox app. I'll just play it on PC.
Yeah, it might actually be one of those things where we can do it. That'd be really cool because you know how fun it would be if we could do like a freaking dynasty and I could be like Temple or something and like make Temple great again or something.
Yeah, I'll make Nebraska good finally.
No, you know what team I always use?
Who?
Every single just guess one like the one team. There's a lot of them, but guess.
Yeah, there is a lot of teams.
It's don't ask me conferences, but I just know that this is a team I always do it.
Marshall?
They have a movie about them.
Yeah.
Damn,
Marshall.
how'd you know that?
I think you've talked about it before.
I always make a franchise with Marshall or a dynasty with Marshall and make them like the best team ever. I wonder how the recruiting is going to be in there too. If it's going to be like 14, where you got to like do that. Because I just there's nothing that will give me more joy than running the triple option and like fucking on Austin.
My favorite thing is like what's all you NCAA 14 guys. What's the first play that you run? Run, pass, RPO, trip option, like just fullback dive, like just all these quarterback draw, like all these random things, like options. It's like probably my first play is going to be an option, 100%. I'm just going to
oh yeah, 100%,
100%.
Because the running in that game was perfect.
Really
it was so fun.
I'm excited for the Road to Glory stuff, or Road to Glory, whatever the fuck it was called.
No high school in there though.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I didn't care either.
Yeah,
but anyway.
All right, follow us on the Insta, Spotify, the X, YouTube,
anywhere you get your podcast.
TikTok.
Feed.
Well, not anywhere you get your podcast, but
mostly anywhere. Amazon Music,
Facebook. We have a group. I need
Instagram.
I already said Insta. That was the first one I said. I need to start.
YouTube.
I need to get like a poster. Just like follow us here, so I don't have to say it, and I don't.
That's
remember
a good idea. That's a good idea. But my friends, like and subscribe. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next week.